So when we want to create a custom function, there are a few steps that we need to go through and a few conventions that we adhere to, but it's not that complicated. And it follows a pattern that we've already been using. So when we want to define a function, this is where we create the function, or we tell Python what the function does. So defining a function, we're using the def keyword for define, and then we give the function a name. Usually the function name should be something that tells us what the function does. If we call all of our functions do something else, do something else, do something else 3, like we're not going to do ourselves any favors down the road. But if the function name is something useful, then that's good. The function name is one word, same rules as variables, and also often camel case, just for what it's worth. Some people do use underscores to separate words. Camel case works well also. And then we give the function parameters. Now, unlike with if and while and our loop structures, the parentheses are required for functions. Those are required. So define, the def keyword, parentheses, and a colon are all required. Parameters are optional. Some functions won't need parameters. Many of them will. And if you want to understand what a parameter is, think about print, right? What do we give print? We give print the thing we want to print, and then it prints it out. So parameters are how we get information into our functions. We'll talk about getting info in and out of the functions here in just a minute. And then inside the function, everything that's indented is part of that function. Functions can appear throughout your code and be called from anywhere in your code. However, it's good practice to put your functions at the top of your code. I will recommend that. That's a very common convention, is you define your functions and then you have your main program kind of below that. When you want to use a function, so this is creating the function. When I want to use a function, it's called calling a function. You're going to use the function name with parentheses, and the arguments go inside the parentheses. If you don't have any arguments, you still need to include the parentheses. Parentheses are always there. Here, even if there's no parameters, and here, even if you're not giving any arguments.